opening day is always opening day. I don't care where it is. And if you look at the NFL in the preseason games, I'd say the average playing time for the veteran players was around 10%. So not very many snaps. We've obviously had 0 snaps. So, we'll see what happens there. But for us, it's just a process. It's preparation, it's practice, it's rest, recovery, and build on yesterday and do it again. And so that's where we're at now. We're very specifically geared towards TCU, but each day is its own day of preparation, and there's really no looking back. We have things to do in the succeeding days, so we need to make the most out of every day, and we'll see what happens Monday night. It's great to be preparing for a game now, really being a game week. We're all excited for that. The staff, the players. We've had a long preseason, and it's time to focus on the game that's upcoming. A lot to work on, a lot to get ready for, but excited for the process to start, and we'll just take it day by day here. But definitely looking forward to getting out there on the field and working against ourselves, but really starting to prepare to work against another opponent, which this will be the first major time we've really done that this year. TCU. Really good program. When Coach Francione came in and then turned over to Coach Patterson, they really elevated that program with tremendous success like they had back in the 30s with Davey O'Brien and Sammy Baugh and Dutch Meyer, and then of course being in the championship game and Coach Dykes when he took over, being in the national championship game. It's really a strong program. It's had a lot of success in the last 2 decades, and they're impressive to watch. We saw last year, really an explosive offensive team, a defensive team that's very tough and aggressive. Some good players on both sides of the ball, and a very competitive kicking game group as well. So this will be one of the better special teams units that we'll see during the year, especially from a coverage standpoint. So the number of explosive plays they get is impressive offensively. They can throw the ball down the field, go routes, post routes, seams, things like that. They also can throw the ball on some intermediate type throws like slants and quick in cuts, things like that. And then they have plays behind the line of scrimmage, screens and hitches and so forth. They make a lot of yardage on with the ball when the receivers get the ball in their hands. They're very good after the catch. Now some of those guys are gone, but they also brought in some explosive players that we've seen. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a good catch and run team. If you let them throw it in front, you got to do a good job of tackling, and they do a good job throwing the ball over the top, and they also have a good intermediate game. So they really make you defend, all the blades of grass on the field, the sideline to sideline, from the line of scrimmage to, 50 yards down the field. So you've got a lot to defend, and they do a good job of attacking all of it. And where you're light, that's where they want to throw, and where you're heavy, they go somewhere else. So they're a tough offense to match up against. Coach Bryles, Coach Dykes do a good job of putting stress on the defense, and this is one of those games where defensively, like everybody, will have to really do a good job with their responsibility. You can't cover a receiver and stop the run. You can't cover a short zone and still cover the middle zone. Like, you've got to do your job, and everybody else has to do theirs, and we have to play good team defense, and we have to tackle well.